This is the unseen truth. Success is not built in public. It's built in private. It's built in the small, invisible victories that no one celebrates but you. And if you stay consistent long enough, your results will speak so loudly that the world will have no choice but to listen. So wake up with purpose. Guard your hours. Move with intention. The future belongs to the disciplined, not the distracted. Because the distracted spend their lives watching others succeed, while the disciplined spend their lives becoming the ones worth watching. And when that belief and discipline fuse, when your vision becomes the command your body follows, you begin to tap into something sacred, a power beyond logic, a strength that doesn't come from the flesh, but from faith. That's when the world begins to call you lucky. But you'll know, it wasn't luck, it was law. The law of cause and effect, the law of consistent belief turned into consistent action. The universe is not a judge. It is a mirror. It doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you declare with your energy, your consistency, your faith. If your belief says, "I am small," the world shows you evidence of limitation. If your belief says, "I am powerful beyond measure," the world begins to rearrange itself around that truth. This is why the greatest war you'll ever fight is not against others. It's against your own doubt. Think of Henry Ford when he said, "I will build a car for the masses." People laughed. Experts mocked him. His own engineers told him it was impossible. But Ford's mind was not built to negotiate with limitations. His faith was stronger than logic. And that's the difference. Where others see walls, the believer sees doors that haven't been opened yet. The power you seek is not outside you. It's already sitting quietly inside your imagination, waiting for your permission to act. Belief is not a wish. It is not saying, "I hope things work." That is the secret behind every empire, every invention, every revolution of the human spirit. The world bends to those who believe deeply enough to act relentlessly on that belief. So if you want to transform your life, stop asking, "How do I get more power?" Start asking, "What belief am I living from?" Because power without belief is like lightning in a bottle, energy with no direction. But belief turns that lightning into purpose. It shapes chaos into creation. You've been told your circumstances define you. They don't. They reveal you. They are the mirrors reflecting the strength of your inner world. If your outer world feels weak, it's because your inner world has settled. But the moment you raise your belief, the moment you stop negotiating with mediocrity, the world begins to move. Every great transformation starts in the mind. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But he didn't say conceive and hope. He said believe. That's the missing piece. Belief is not gentle. It's not quiet. Belief is rebellion against the limits that society tries to hand you. Belief says, "I decide what my life will become." When you start walking with that kind of certainty, something inside you ignites. You stop chasing approval. You stop waiting for motivation. You start moving with purpose because you've already decided the outcome. That's when your energy changes. That's when your presence becomes magnetic. People feel it. That quiet confidence that says, "This person knows where they're going." Every successful person you admire, every icon, every creator, reached a point where belief became stronger than fear. They didn't eliminate fear. They learned to walk through it with faith. The truth is, fear doesn't leave you. It tests you. It asks, "How bad do you want this?" And belief answers, "More than I want comfort, more than I want safety, more than I want to be liked." The moment you stop trying to be comfortable is the moment you start becoming powerful. The average person prays for easy roads. The successful one builds stronger legs. Because success doesn't belong to the smartest or the luckiest. It belongs to the most certain. Certainty is belief on fire. It's the voice that says, "Even if it takes 10 years, I will not stop until I win." That voice lives in you right now. Maybe it's quiet. Maybe the noise of doubt and failure has buried it. But it's there, waiting for you to wake it up. When you do, your whole life changes direction. The energy around you begins to respond differently. Opportunities you once missed begin to notice you. People who ignored you start paying attention. Because belief doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how the world feels you. So let me ask you again, who are you when no one is watching? Are you a victim of circumstance or a creator of destiny? Because the world will believe in you only after you prove that you believe in yourself. But belief without discipline is a spark without fuel. It shines for a moment and dies in the wind. Every dreamer starts with fire, but only the disciplined become unstoppable. Discipline is belief in motion. It's the daily proof that you mean what you say. It's waking up when no one's watching. It's pushing forward when no one's clapping. It's choosing progress over pleasure, purpose over comfort. The world remembers Edison not because he had ideas, but because he had the courage to fail thousands of times until the idea worked. That's a discipline, the devotion to a vision so strong that failure becomes irrelevant. You see, most people treat discipline like punishment. They think it takes freedom away. But here's the truth the masters know. Discipline is the birthplace of freedom. When your mind obeys your purpose, you become unstoppable. Imagine a sculptor standing before a block of stone. He doesn't complain about how heavy it is. He doesn't wait for motivation. He picks up the chisel and begins. Every strike, every cut, every day, piece by piece, he reveals the masterpiece hidden within. That's your life. You are the sculptor. Your habits are your tools. And discipline, that's the chisel that cuts away everything you're not. You will never rise above the level of your daily standards. What you tolerate today becomes your truth tomorrow. So guard your habits like treasure, because every small decision compounds into destiny. When you train your body to move when your mind says no, when you keep your word to yourself, you start building trust with the most important person in your life, you. And once you trust yourself completely, no setback can destroy you. This is how greatness is built, quietly, daily, in the dark hours when no one is watching. Success is not born under bright lights. It's forged in solitude, where the only applause comes from your own heartbeat. Ask any giant how they built their empire, and you'll hear the same story. A relentless commitment to doing what must be done, whether they felt like it or not. Feelings are weak. Principles are eternal. Winners operate by principles. Losers are controlled by moods. The disciplined mind is dangerous because it cannot be seduced by excuses. When you are disciplined, you don't chase motivation. You create momentum. And momentum is what separates those who start from those who finish. Remember this. The dream belongs to the one who can stay consistent long after the excitement fades. When Napoleon Hill wrote about definiteness of purpose, he was pointing to this truth, that clarity and discipline together form the bridge between imagination and reality. Purpose gives direction, discipline gives endurance, and when those two unite, the world cannot deny you for long. There will be days when doubt whispers, it's too hard, but the disciplined heart answers, maybe, but not impossible. Every morning, you have two choices, surrender to weakness or serve your vision. And the one you choose, again and again, becomes your identity. Think of Andrew Carnegie, who started as a poor immigrant, working 12-hour shifts for a few cents a day. He didn't wait for better conditions. He became better through consistency, learning, and self-mastery. Eventually, he didn't just make steel. He forged a mindset that built industries and changed nations. That's what discipline does. It transforms ordinary men into legends. But here's the secret no one tells you. Discipline doesn't remove struggle. It redirects it. The pain you feel from discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. And most people will never know the difference because they surrender too early. They stop right before the tide turns, before momentum rewards their persistence. Every time you say not today, your dream fades a little. But every time you say, no matter what, your dream grows stronger roots. So never underestimate a single day of discipline. It may not look like much, but it's how greatness compounds, quietly, invisibly, until one day the world calls it overnight success. Overnight success is just disciplined effort in disguise. The athlete who dominates the field didn't get there by talent alone. He trained when his body said stop. The entrepreneur who built an empire didn't rely on luck. She worked when the world slept. This is the unseen truth. Success is not built in public. It's built in private. It's built in the small, invisible victories that no one celebrates but you. And if you stay consistent long enough, your results will speak so loudly that the world will have no choice but to listen. So wake up with purpose. Guard your hours. Move with intention. The future belongs to the disciplined, not the distracted. Because the distracted spend their lives watching others succeed, while the disciplined spend their lives becoming the ones worth watching. And when that belief and discipline fuse, when your vision becomes the command your body follows, you begin to tap into something sacred, a power beyond logic, a strength that doesn't come from the flesh, but from faith. That's when the world begins to call you lucky. But you'll know, it wasn't luck. It was law. The law of cause and effect. The law of consistent belief turned into consistent action. Edison wasn't lucky. Ford wasn't lucky. You won't be lucky either. You'll be ready. Because you believed long before you achieved. And that belief will make you magnetic, not to people, but to destiny itself.